the mid or the bottom of the bracket rise up, that's going to make the final day tomorrow very interesting.
As Vitality playing the sneaky game, they finished up second last match with Liquid being removed 12th and then FaZe 16th. That puts them in a very good spot. They're crawling back. They're in the third spot right now with the total amount of points. And FaZe and Liquid still fighting off with that 100-point difference. But Vitality is starting to creep up. But just behind them, there's Team of Vanguard, who are also creeping up behind. So, yeah, it's going to be a good show to see what happens. And, all right, there we go. The plane is in the sky. The big black bird is going to carry these players through a very interesting pattern, avoiding the military base. But otherwise, a decent plane. There's nothing to complain about here, unless perhaps you're Vega.
Yeah, there's going to be a little far travel for them if they wanted to go back to the military island. But they have, for the most part today, gone around very pure trash area. And so that's not too far from them. Right now, it does seem to be a little bit of a contest continuing in South Georgia Pool. 4AM and LG both making the way toward there. The LG, though, could actually be going to North Georgia, where they may have to contend against a Vanguard once again. They did get the first kill against, I believe, Drainies.
Ooh, I don't like this, though. A Vanguard split up. They do their normal split. They go for vehicles, and then they come back to Nojo. But LG are going to be quite close to them, breathing down their necks in North Georgia Pool. So we might see a fight into that one. We'll go into that one in just a few minutes. In the meantime, you see here the lads from Tempo Storm on their looting grounds. And they're, well, it's an interesting place to go to. Maluk has the observatory here. He's got some buildings to his north. After this one, too, to be more precise. And he can go east, and he's got some yellows to work with. And then he can do the Gatka part of looting. We'll see how that one pans out. In the meantime, you see the lads from LG grouping up together on the North George. Bebe, Teknosh, Ninext, and Axt are going to be quite ready for the battle with a Vanguard if it will happen.
If it will happen, yeah, that's the big thing. You never really know if a team wants to go aggressive or not, whether they're going to get caught out or not. What I like about LG at this point is that they're all staying together. A couple of times when they've taken a couple early game casualties has been when they've split off. But this time around, they are going to stay grouped up, and so potential trades there. Unless, of course, there have been a couple of misplays there, even when they were grouped up. But those are, of course, anomalies. Shouldn't be expecting that to happen too many more times. GOL up here in Severny. I believe the first circle has revealed itself, and so we do want to take a quick look at that on the mini-map.
Yeah, we will. We will have plenty of time to do it. So far, it seems like it's not here on Nojo. Neither as it is on South Georgia Bowl. And there you go, 4AM actually taking South Georgia Bowl. They should be quite happy with their loot. Let's see if they're going to be able to.
Oh, we asked for it.
There she goes. Finally, a milli circle. I love it. I absolutely love it. I adore it.
This is a brutal one.
We haven't seen one, have we?
I think this is the first, and this is a brutal one at that. This is a military circle that has a lot. There's always going to be water in a military circle, but this has a lot of it.
Going to be happy.
Yeah, no, so what they can do here is that they're already in the area to camp the bridge. And so if they stay around here in the lighthouse area, around the northern side, they could deal a lot of damage to teams trying to transition onto the military base. Milta here, though, they're, of course, on the opposite side of the bridge. Already in a quick rotation. This is not a rotation at all. This is actually them just arriving to get the loot. Yeah, a little too early for the rotation, of course.
There you go. That's the first part where Shiv normally goes to loot there. In that particular spot, they were actually Shadow going further down the road. It looks like their fourth has taken its time to go furthest most. So there we go. LG in the meantime and the Vanguard is still 2v4 situation, but there's no fighting just yet. Of course, LG are going to be happy with their current positioning.
South George.
Oh, an Octave.
And Drainies.
They might get away, though, because an Octave doesn't seem to leave his vehicle. So that tells us that, yeah, there you go, +1. So they're going to get out of there. So clearly, Drainies spotted 4AM, and, well, they made their way out. Aluka took some damage, so that shows that, yeah, that may have been a fight. But smartly so, the guys were trying to get out. And they seem to have decent enough loot. And then for there, I see an AK, perhaps, to be traded with the shotgun or the UMP that a Octave has right now. We'll see how it works out later on.
They need to worry that they're not going to overextend into Tempo. It's unlikely just because Tempo are so spread out in the Gatka area.
True.
But by happenstance, it could go down there.
Ooh.
Seems like they stopped before too long, but here comes Vega making the quick rotation into military base. They actually don't even bother fully committing to the loot in that area. They see the circle here and say, you know what, we can get there first. We're going to go and continue our loot inside the circle. No reason for them not to. Your boy Dre here from Tempo Storm trying to do a little bit of a bridge camp of his own. Takes a couple of shots at a vehicle driving past. I believe that is Athletica Heffa specifically.
Oh, he scared Pongo away, though.
Yeah. Now that Pongo knows that a player is there, it's going to be an interesting rotation. looks like he actually wants to go towards the
He's just
water.
kind of roaming
with
around the
that.
UAZ, trying to bait some shots there, perhaps hoping for a reload. Now goes for it. A shot the next, though. Your boy Dre. Will he be able to do more than that? He has a DP to try and dink down that UAZ, but it's a bit too late. Nice little juke there from Pongo, and I like the way he made his way safely onto the bridge, connecting with his teammates. Interestingly enough, though, they will make their way onto that military island without that much of a loot. They went to Pachinki, but they've looted so fast. I don't think perhaps they got lucky. Who knows?
Perhaps. They are also sending 2 of them right now. Neferhor and Unkra are still up and around the Pachinki area.
Right.
So it's possible that they had Pongo and Heffa both do a very, very, very light loot and just make the immediate dive in through to get themselves a compound, loot what's there, and then the remaining members of their team will group up with them and hand them what they have.
Which is something that teams normally do for better positioning. 2 of them that won't be necessarily highly looted, but at least have some armors will go and secure a compound while their teammates will come back later, dropping them meds, ammo, and whatever else their heart desires. In the meantime, we see Myth trying to go for that ski jet ride onto the South Island. They don't seem to be committed to a spot just yet. Perhaps they want to scout it out first. Yeah, they don't seem to be 100% committed. Cloud9 already took that spot there on the rocks, which is normally a place where you see a lot of team drop. There is a spot to climb through on the western side of the South Island. We'll see if they choose that one instead.
A couple of spots. It looks like they were doing what Atletico did as well, because those 2 players on that jet ski didn't seem to be fully kitted. Only one of them had armor, I think, and neither had a helmet. So it may be a little light, but the question is, are they too late? Atletico already took a compound. Vega already has a couple of compounds as well. C9 there, you saw them going to a compound. There may not be many places for them to take for themselves, so the timing may have just been a little off for Myth.
Yes, it seems that way indeed. Teams still looting happily in their normal looting grounds. As you can see, actually TSM going all the way east towards Lapovka as well. And they're being smart, these lads here. They're going to take the boats and try to make an exit, I'm sorry, an entry rather, into the south side circle. And that's the way to go, because they're thinking, okay, we've got this whole area to ourselves. They pretty much know that nobody would ever go Lapovka. Nobody actually pretty much did, unless the plane path was in the way there, and we saw a few hot drops into that one there. A knockout, though. A knockout happens as we see Cloud9 going up against Atletico. Perhaps we'll get a chance to see what happened there. In the meantime, looks like Tempo Storm want to make their way towards that one as well. Zampa is going to be a bit far behind. Maluk, the last one to cross bridge as well. And they're giving up the fight. And here's the thing. We're on day 3. It is the last match of day 3, but it's still not a time, at least not for Tempo Storm, to go too aggressive for extra frags, for extra points. They don't need to do that now. So that's the reason why you're not going to see too much bridge camping at this moment in time. Tomorrow, oh boy, tomorrow, just to let you guys know right now that anybody that's watching this, you want to tune in tomorrow. Always in a PUBG tournament, always in a LAN tournament, in a LAN series, the last day, it just brings out the most aggressive plays, the best of highlights. It will be beautiful. If today was beautiful, then tomorrow is going to be, I don't even know what to say, Mona Lisa of PUBG. I know that sounds a bit, a bit too much. Perhaps, again, I'm a bit too hyper from my energy drink, but I honestly believe that.
No, yeah, it's definitely going to be a great series tomorrow.
Oh,
but
yes.
Today as well, Drainies from Vanguard make his way past. Remaining 2 players of Myth just taking the swim across. Where the rest of the teammates are. Okay, so the rest of the teammates are down south, but not inside a compound.
Yeah.
But Drainies here, he's going to be trying to find one for his team. He's going to be the first one from his teammates making his way onto the island, I believe. That does seem to be the case. Yeah, everyone else, I think, is just up north, actually coming in on a land vehicle, like a car, UAZ, whatever it is. Bike, potentially. I don't know. But Drainies, he's pretty late to the party as well. As you can see, most people are coming in from the coast, actually.
Yeah,
very few are actually coming in from the bridge, perhaps because of potential bridge camps, but the only going to be players like Drainies who are coming in pretty late. Going to be quite difficult for them.
We'll see if the pool party closes early on. In the meantime, TSM doing what we called out earlier, indeed, a smart strat from them, taking those boats from Primorsk and making their way into the circle. Point to be made here, though, is that the first ones from the east coast to make their way past that. Vitality and FaZe still looting around. I think FaZe now are going to be looking for some boats for themselves. But interestingly enough, yeah, there you go. Yeah, TSM are the first ones in. So FaZe and Vitality still on the North Island. Now that's interesting. Okay, Vitality, sure, we know that when the circle doesn't necessarily favor them, they have a bit of a later timing. FaZe aren't necessarily a team known to play at all. I don't think I've seen them at all in the blue.
No, not necessarily, but we do know that sometimes they do like to actually camp the bridge a little bit, and just looking north of them, it's Liquid, GOL, Ghost, all three at the exact same time coming through the choke point.
Wow.
So Vitality, if they stay around, looking at where Shiv is on the map, and Monkey with the follow-up, they could be dealing a lot of damage.
There's a divot where Monkey is, and
yeah,
he looks to be kind of headed that way. We'll see if they are caught up. Oh, bang! Oh, man! Oh, Lord. He's somehow still alive, but not for long. James, the absolute beast that he is, knocks him out and takes him down. And that's a good frag indeed for Liquid, but I'm not too sure whether or not James can find more, because GOL already found themselves another way to get out of there.
He's deterred them away. They're going west and perhaps going to either come in late, let Liquid go in first, or perhaps go onto the left bridge, which is still inside the first circle, but that is deterred for them as well, and a good kill for Liquid to weaken all of their, or at least one of their opponents.
Oraxinel will be on top of things there, leading his squad to the south side, perhaps not too far. Those two of them seem to drop, and they're waiting for some other teams to cross, and there will be some. Ghost is going to be quite close up north. There you go, squad number 4 approaching that area. They might go for a scout first, though, and that should help them out if they try to cross directly. Well, actually, Vitality is moving in, so Ghost is going to be stopping by, just having some information. Mikoi might put down some shots. Vitality, sorry, Shiv rather is driving a rather straight line, but there you go. Ghosts are not going to be too bothered with that. Profi will stop on the bridge for a minute.
Yeah, here comes the rest of Ghosts all following up on that, but the question is, are they aware of potential teams behind them? We do know that Liquid aren't too far just north of them. But now they're going to continue to make their way, and they're not going to stop and try to camp the Blues at their back. They don't want to hang out in there. They are not Tempo Storm. They're just going to try and go into the circle onto the... Well, it's a strategy that Tempo Storm employ.
It is true, yes, indeed. You got to be careful, though.
Yeah.
You know, with what you say.
They are going, going a longer loop around. They do want to avoid any potential camps on the actual edge of the circle.
Them seeing Vitality made them a bit more aware.
Yes.
So they're going to be a bit careful how they approach this one. And the way they're going so far here, it seems that they're going to have an easier, so to say, an easier entrance into the circle there. In the meantime, we see TSM finding themselves an actual vehicle to work with here on the South Island. That will make things a bit more easier for them. And as the second circle shows up, most of the teams are actually inside of it. So fear not for most of them, I suppose. GOL also making a stop on the bridge. They're not going to be too bothered by it. Oh, beautiful camera operator.
Yeah, they don't spot any camps there, coming in a little late.
That's nice.
That circle that we spotted, though, we asked for a military circle, and this is quite a brutal one. There's still a lot of water in it, and a lot of people, surprisingly, are still in transition, not used to military circles, and this is a very nice crate, actually grabbed by Minoru from Myth.
Oh, nice.
This is a really good one.
AVM in the hands of Minoru. They're going to be very happy with that. Myth showing us today some real good effort.
Yeah.
Real good effort.
Just taking last game, see if they can't follow with a second. Do have the tools to do so. Minoru going back into his boat, going to continue on. His teammates just down south at the southern peak of it. Cloud9 were taking shots at them.
Well.
Moody specifically also taking shots at Avantgarde. Doesn't land too many of them, quite long shots. Nothing too dangerous for them. It is just more a little bit of an annoyance than anything. And he's just going to back up, doesn't want to commit too heavily to that, going to group with the rest of his teammates. Going to take more of a grouped up position on the rocks so they don't get flanked, because they know that there could be anyone coming on his position. There are a few compounds in this part of the circle.
Someone actually fired on him. Tempo Storm it is the team that actually fired shots at him, and Tempo Storm is just to their east, so they have to kind of be careful on their approach. You can see that's why they're actually waiting on Crouch to be picked upon the bite, because there are enemies that could... There you go, Tempo Storm just east of them there. There are enemies that could potentially dink them down. LG coming in late. 4 a.m. coming in late as well. They're still on the northern side. Liquid as well, making a late push here, just waiting for everybody to kill each other on the bridge, but nobody was there to be found. TSM in the meantime get 2 frags. That's not a bad performance out of them, but GOL, oof, they're not going to be too happy. Listen, GOL, I'm actually rooting for them. I'm actively rooting for them. I'm waiting to see some good stuff out of them, but in the meantime, 4 a.m. find LG. Let's see how this one pans out. Not necessarily good for Ninix. Is going to have to be careful here. That vehicle is moving. Ninix has to move with it. No, handbrake not on. What a clear shot there, but Teknosh moves just the last second. Oh, the second shot does not connect. That flick does not work out. Got V gets knocked out himself by Teknosh. Those are good shots indeed, but Teknosh gets the bullet himself. Gukun puts in that car 98 to work. And this push from Axe onto a very dangerous spot. Baby is going to be there as well. These guys are in Primorsk, so they have to somehow finish the fight and make their way through the bridge. I can't see any boats where they are right now.
Yeah, that's actually going to be really bad for them. Both these teams, whoever wins, wants to win it as quickly as possible. And that's why you see Axe and Bebe going on the wide flank push. If they can, put this with the rest of their teammates, have a combined attack that could deal a lot of damage. But Goku now healed up. He's been putting a lot of work so far. The res does come through.
Oh.
Doesn't land the shots. But Bebe with a drop and a full-on kill on the captain. Press the hill with some more damage. Godby now down.
Next now pushing in, spots Gukun, takes the shots, whips a couple of them. What?
Oh, the drop shot!
Somehow Gukun is still alive. He gets a drop shot onto Bebe, turns around, and he might find his enemy as well, but Lucas gonna get knocked out himself by Axt. Now Gukun versus Axt. Deknosh flanking on the side as well. There's one more guy from LG that doesn't seem to want to be interested too much in this fight. Ninix trying to wait it all behind, and there might be a rest happening from 4AM, but as soon as they will attempt this, I feel like Axe would take them down. You put them in the Axe. Ay, minha vida is what LG is saying right now. 4AM goes for it. Gukun will dare to get that. Res! A nade. First a flash and then a nade. Won't connect necessarily, but will scare Gukun away for a little bit. And this is the time for Gukun to actually make it out there if he can, but he can't. Ninix puts him to sleep. And that's one for the books in LG.
Oh, yeah, 4AM. I said it before, and they've been putting really good numbers today, but this is going to be really bad for them. LG, a good job taking out an entire squad by themselves. Did lose one in the meantime, but the biggest thing is that they have to make the swim across or go through the bridge on their vehicle, and they're going to be tanking damage from the blue the entire time. Elsewhere, back on the military island, seems to have quieted down a little bit, but that is because everyone is waiting for the next circle to reveal itself. Liquid is coming in late from the east side. TSM could deal damage to them the same way that they took out the entirety of GOL.
There you go. Most of the teams are actually finding themselves in the circle. TSM, a 4-man team, no problem whatsoever for them. But Liquid might just join the party soon. Ooh, TSM might be in a battle here. And it's a battle of attrition that Liquid cannot play for too long. Now, they're loaded. They have decent loot. They've done Yasnaya, and they've done it late. So they should have some decent stuff to work with here. But as soon as they enter, I fear for Skoom's life. As he approaches TSM right now, not knowing what lies ahead. He will stop before the circle though, but TSM has already heard him. They are already making sure that he gets taken out. AMPR with the M4. Beautiful shots. That was Samti and James trying to make their way through a different place. Ibiza will join them as well. Skoom, unfortunately enough to say this, but he's not going to get the res.
Yeah, but coming in late is always very dangerous, and so if they had to give the make the choice of potentially giving up one person, or coming in and having to do a really quick fight in the blue, giving up one person as a scout is definitely the best play.
Play zone 2, Skoom.
Oh,
that's unfortunate for
all right. Oh, yeah, that's 6 points that they're going to be missing.
Yeah, but still, they're going to have some decent loot there.
Yes, and they got Lucas of GOL as well, so TSM are going to be in really good shape coming into this next circle. They are going to be late, though, because the rest of Liquid made it past them while they were taking out Skoom.
And Liquid will keep on their push as much as they can. TSM might be... Oh, look at that. Vitality is going to be there to help... well, not to help Liquid as well. James is already taking shots at them. That means that they're... Oh, they're prone in, but they're taking shots back. It's Samti. Will Samti stay alive? He seems to be okay for now. There's a knockout as well against Shift from James. Come on, James. Well, this guy is an absolute beast. I don't know how else to say, but he's a maniac. And he's still wrecking Monkey, trying to find the damage. The car explodes, but it's not going to be enough. Monkey's not close to get himself killed.
We can still see the feet.
Look at James, man. What a hunter.
Probably spot the knees. It's a tiny little thread. They can feed it through.
You can make a documentary with this guy. He's such a hunter.
Here comes CSM to the north, though. They have to worry about coming in late. It's a little crossfire from Ifty and Vitality, and potentially Liquid if they all train their eyes onto them. Kenny off Iron Sight's not the easiest to hit, and we all know the AK spray isn't very good at long range. James taking some more shots out at the other pair of Vitality. Monkey, though, does drop smack.
There you go. So that's one lost for TSM as well. Liquid are going to hold on to their spot there, trying to root up a little bit. If they can help it, crossing the street, or Ibiza is the only one that's on the south side, or sorry, on the north side of that one. James now holding up close with his teammate, Sampti. Still taking shots at Vitality. Vitality jumping around. Ooh, that's a bad jump there from Shadow. You will see his head dinked down hardly. That was a clean shot from James, man. How many times can you say that you could hit a clean shot like that when someone is jumping 300 meters away?
That's a big ol' 0.
That's the same for me.
Not at all.
Beautiful just to watch, James. Samti now behind the rock. He's not going to be too bothered with it. Monkey's got a clear angle on him, but then again, he moves. Ibiza now will try to picture peek. Holy smokes, Ibiza deals with Monkey swiftly enough. And that will be another man from Vitality taken out of the game. No rest potentially no res is going to happen
Not at all. Yeah, they're not going to make that cross across the road to get the res. That would be suicide for the rest of the team. So they're just going to give them up. Monkey is down. Vitality are now down to 2.
James now will go back into his dodge to try to reposition that one there. Circle strangling it into the meantime. You can see it on the mini-map. At the corner right-hand side, that's a great addition from StarLadder. I must praise their production.
Yes.
It's been absolutely out of this world great. Now, NTCs are going to be, and FaZe are going to be quite close to them as well, to Liquid in particular. You can already see Hacksteady making his way behind Vitality there. And they are most likely to run into Liquid right now. And Liquid are taking shots. So that means that their position will be known. But they're trying to reposition right now. Are they going to leave the fight before FaZe gets there?
Oh, maybe, but it actually may be in perfect timing for FaZe, because FaZe have the lineup on them just on top of the hill, taking some shots through. Samty does fall. James does get a trade back on a Fuzzface.
James, an absolute monster. Or actually, he's going to finish off Fuzzface there.
That's a kill steal.
That's a triple. That's a triangle of death right there.
That's not some.
And you know what? Liquid have the top hand here. Mixie also eating up a lot of bullets. He doesn't even know where from. And Liquid have the top hand here because they will have the circle, which will strangle soon enough. And as it does, Break unfortunately dies as well. I think that's the GG for TSM as well.
TSM.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So 14th place. TSM, I'm hoping that with their analysts, they're going to watch some VODs tonight. Yeah. Because there's something to be learned. They're way too talented not to be higher on the rankings right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree. That being said, that was a very, very difficult rotation they had to go through.
On this particular circle, you know, with their looting grounds on the Yasnaya Trash, it's never easy.
Yeah. But, ooh, Liquid's making the push on through, but Araxi from Vitality, they're trying to stay safe. They know it's just 2 of them left, and they need to play superior edge play at this point. Ibiza taking shots at Ifty, trying to gain a central position. His other 2 teammates are just to the north of them, trying to set up a little bit of a crossfire. This does leave Ibiza out in the open, not too much cover for him to work with, and he could get pinched from another side, but this at least creates a crossfire to make the other 2 players safer.
Ibiza misses his card 98 shots, but not for long. There goes Kenny off his head, knocking straight out of the match. Take him away, lads. This guy's not ready to see Ibiza, but Araxi's not ready to see Hacksteady either. He's going to go down at his hands. And there is Vitality with the last man pushing their Shadow, trying to move in sneakily. But there's no darkness here, except for the one that, well, he's about to see. Yeah. Someone's prone to take him. He's solo playing, heading straight into Ibiza. Stopped by now, so he could actually take him down. Aaron with some potatoes of his own.
Ambitious push by Ibiza, but...
Ambitious shots from Seagull.
Yes, true. But Ibiza's not far from the remaining player of Vitality. Aaron Seagull, though, still trying on his position. Ibiza should just, at this point, it was an attempt. Don't try that again. Stay by yourself and just try and assist your 2 remaining teammates. Samty and James are the main force of Liquid right now. They should be the focus. They have a nice building to work with. Ifty, though, 4 strong, could push onto them. But Ibiza, if he continues to land the shots that he has so far, could be a wrench in their plans.
Oh, he could be indeed.
Here comes FaZe.
FaZe are approaching. The need to follow suit. I'm not too sure that one will connect, but he overextends, and with that, Aaron is holding off to that spot like it's nobody's business. Though Aaron doesn't move too much. He's a bit tunnel visioned. If someone else spots him, he might go down. In the meantime, Atletico and Myth. Well, they're fighting for the ridges, but the circle's going to strangle in quite soon, and the next one might not contain them, so it's a dangerous spot to be in.
Yeah, the question is, can they even climb up from this position? They could have just trapped themselves. A nade is going to come through onto Atletico. Thrown out onto Uncreed's not exactly going to hit, I don't think.
It was pretty close.
It was close. It was close. I think it dealt maybe a little bit of damage, but doesn't hit. He's tracking out the spot.
I think Uncry ate up a little damage from that one. There's Vit. Might potentially go down in this one. He has to go for air. Uncry is going to be so close to him. He has to watch him go around. Oh, Vit actually does the smart thing. Goes around the boat there. Needs some shots up, but it's not going to be too bad, all things considered. And Cry trying to deny any kind of land that's Vit, or sorry, any kind of water that's Vit might go for, but he has to go for air again. Oh, and the circle will not contain only but a sliver of water. These boys have a hard time making it up. I can't see them get up the rocks.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I haven't memorized every single location that you can climb up, but there aren't that many of them, and there definitely aren't that many, if any, that's in the circle, whether this one or the next one.
So Vega the top 3 of the scoreboard, look at that. Top 3 of the scoreboard, but only FaZe have 3 people. Vitality and Liquid eliminated early. Well, members eliminated early. These are the upsets that we're talking about.
Shots onto Aaron Seagull, trying to make the push through onto the circle. Connected a few, but not too many of them. Mixie, though, does drop Kenny off in the meantime, gets the full-on kill on that.
Seagull still trying to push in. He's going to meet up with his teammate here behind the burning UAZ.
Tricky
They're
spot.
going to use the cars as cover. And as they do, they're going to welcome in everybody that tries to push forward there. Aaron Seagull will take a tree much rather to use that one as cover as combined with his Dacia. Vitality and FaZe will have to make a move. FaZe are going to have to make the move first, and they're already on that tank. Ibiza, though, prone behind that tree, knows that there's a team to his southeast. But he cannot find the heart to go for it. He knows he might get killed as soon as he peeks out of the tree. He's looking the right way, though. He is looking the right way, and he has the support of his own teammates who are trying to help him out. From the compound that they're in, they're putting in the good shots. Can you do it? Can you do it?
There's the branch covering the head.
It is a Scar, so it's not going to be a one-shot kill.
Well, we know he has a Carnage. There, he's going to pull out the lineup. And maybe... Oh, there he goes. Doesn't need it. Gets the shots. Cleans it up. Easy. And now if he's taken out with the help of the rest of his teammates of Liquid.
That's an easy entrance right now. Liquid just cleared a path into the white. That was a beautiful effort.
Yes.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Absolutely. Liquid with a nice push up northwest of them, using the cover of Hill to not get taken out by FaZe and at least Shadow from Vitality on the side. LG taking some shots. Ninex actually a little ambitious, but Vega here in the middle. Not quite the middle, but a very nice central-ish compound.
They're good. They're sitting pretty.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to push out. They don't have to worry too much. Once the flood of people from the coast start coming in onto them, they're going to have to worry. But they do have a heavy advantage by being inside the compound.
Look at FaZe. Look at where FaZe are approaching from. They're going to be spotting Ibiza down and knocking him out as well. Nixie comes in with that M4 kill. And that's going to be a non-res. Yeah, there he goes down and hacks Eddie's hands. In the meantime, Yempty as well falls out the hands of Christus with a nade. But Christus makes it away. So that means that two guys from FaZe are left alive. Vitality, Shadow still outside. We see him peeking on that minimap. 54th in the meantime on the main screen will be taking some shots at his enemies. Nobody there taking fights just yet, but Ninix now the last one staying alive on the north side there. Ghost might spot him, take him down. Oh, it's actually going to be Sampty that deals with LG, and that's a rip GG indeed. What placement are they in if we go back and have a look? Outside the map, perhaps 12, yeah, something like that. So, oh, there you go. That's a good circle. It's pretty centralized to the previous one. So, yeah, there you go. They're going to go out on 12. That's a pretty centralized circle, but it doesn't necessarily have a lot of cover. Those trees that you saw in there, they're pretty much it. A little bit of this compound is going to see the boys from Vega try to gather up, but Vega are to have a hard time in the next circle after this because everything around them is widely open. They do have a Dacia and a bike, as you can see on the screen, though. Yeah,
there's some cover to work with. There were some rocks that you saw Entis play around, but directly outside of Vega's compound, absolutely, it is wide open before it gets to anything that you could potentially use as cover. So if it goes off of it, which it most likely will, it's going to be a really dangerous rush for them. Shadow gets taken out. That's Vitality out in 11th place, and here comes C9. They finally have to move up from the coastal rocks. Have to get some cover because it's open for them as well to make their way onto Vega's compound.
That smoke is pretty good, but it leaves a bit of a gap inside. He's going to take the damage. He's now going to use that smoke to his better. And as he approaches in, he's going to be knocked out by Frolicker. Good effort out of him. This means that his teammates can follow suit, perhaps find their own frags in their own. Frolicker tries to peek inside, cannot jump. It is not the place to do it. He will deal with that frag there, try to find some more there. In the meantime there, he's going to be solid, getting knocked out by Vampire Game. So it's a fair trade for trade. Just two guys actually remaining alive from Cloud9. And things are getting a bit hefty, a bit dangerous.
Yeah, it's only two of them on this breach. Oh, AVG gets taken out. Oh, Minor, he gets sprayed down by Atletico as well. But
can they make it up? Nope.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult if they can. They're going to be eating a lot of damage to blue in the meantime as well. Ghost now. He's going to take a lot of fights from Liquid on the side, but Liquid are taking damage from the blue.
Sampty's bringing, literally, he's the loot delivery guy. He's bringing all the first aids right now to James because he knows he can't cross safely. So he's saying, come here, I'm going to come to you as I'm knocked out so you can take my first aids and try to make it as close to it as possible.
But nope. Either missed the timing or wasn't able to do it fast enough while picking the loot up off his fallen teammate, and that's going to be Liquid out of it in 9th place. Ghost right now on the top. They want to clear a path for them. Tempo, all four strong just to the northwest, but McCoy gets the nice first drop onto Valier. Can they push onto it because they're taking shots from their south?
What's very awkward where Ghost are right now. Taking shots indeed. McCoy with a sliver of life left, and at the sake and close the deal. Miko's going to have to prone in there and hope that Tempo Storm don't peek him. And they won't do just that. They're busy resing their fallen teammate. Profi moves forward there. UAZ explodes. Valiant falls down. Tempo Storm are not going to give up, though. Here comes your boy Train. Try to put in the shot, but he eats him up instead. Mikoy with a sliver of life. He deals so much damage. It's unbelievable. But finally, Zampa, the non-grandpa, will deal the final blow there. It's actually going to be Maluk that deals the final blow against Ghost Gaming, and that's them out. Vega's still alive, though, so Cloud9 are out of the game.
Yeah, we saw Cloud9 and Myth finally fall. It's just 4 right now. Tempo, Vega, FaZe, and OGN. OGN, the only team with 4. They kind of had a win stolen from them earlier today. Can this be the one that they can finally grab and put in their pocket?
Circle closing. Let's find out.
Ooh, right onto Vega.
So that was the one thing that we mentioned earlier. The one bad thing about Vega being where they are is the fact that if they would have to go out, that everything would be open. But right now, StarSeries and Tempo Storm are going to have to put shots onto one another. Maxisor eats up a lot of bullets, but he's going to prone in, he's going to heal up. Nothing bad about that. StarSeries might be interesting in taking this compound, though. Yes, they are. That's a dangerous drive-by. Some people holding up to the spot. That bait works, but he cannot find the killing shot. Can he, though? Nope. It does not connect. 54. It does take to marry it down, so the bait turns sour for StarSeries.
Yeah, they get the full kill there, so OGN are now down to 3. Vega, though, only with 2. So if anyone else tries to and able to make a completed bomb onto the position, it could be hard to defend. They're getting up very front and forward, and it is that open field.
Look at Mixi.
Hard to retreat from and open shots there. Mixi now on the flank, flanking out with Hexede, trying to find some shots on perhaps Tempo to the north. Some people, though, get the answer back, as well as your boy Dre.
2 guys remaining for Tempo Storm right now. One of them will get the res, but will he, though? Mixi gets knocked out in the meantime. They're StarSeries only have to deal with Hexede in this push forward. Tempo Storm might take some shots at them as they go forward there, but Tempo Storm have to push themselves as well. Some smokes could be very, very useful right here.
He's going to have to run across the road nonetheless, and it's going to be quite difficult because Tempo are aware of his potential position as well as Entis, so he's got to run between a crossfire of 2 separate teams. Mixi bleeds out. Now it's just Hexede left.
And that leaves FaZe in a very bad spot, but still, even if they go out now, a 4th place for him, that's consistent, man. That's very, very good for FaZe.
So, Tempo on the push onto Entis, gets a drop onto some people with the nade.
Oh, that did happen to D Zampa now. Will try to find himself somebody, but StarSeries are not too interested to peek. He will spot Seungyeong just behind that rock, and a clean shot to the head there. He's going to split them down. Zampa tries to go for more, and as he peeks through, he will find another frag as well. Christus falls. There will be 1 guy from FaZe, 2 guys from Vega, and a 3-man squad from Tempo Storm. Can FaZe do an upset here?
Oh, it's going to be difficult.
Do something? No, he can't. He's just going to go for the heals.
Well, it depends on how much meds he has, because he could be able to sneak his way forward.
No. Way too late. And here it's
going to be hard.
Play zone. Doesn't even have time to stay put and pop a first aid kit. And Tempo Storm now coming up close to Vega Squadron, who have just waited and baited everybody to kill themselves. And that's what happened. And now they might have to move. Let's see which team, because in between these 2 squads, it's a big wide open area, as you can see right here.
Vega won the lottery once again. They still don't have to move. They can still stay in the corner of this little house. But Tempo do have the man advantage at 54th, only with the micro Uzi. It's going to make it difficult for him to take some long-range shots at them.
Is that all he has? They haven't.
He's got to have something else. He has to have something else.
Cloud9 died super close to them, so they could take something from Cloud9, but they don't seem to be interested in that. Maxisor is
look at this angle.
Big. He jiggle peeks, and with that, he does not connect his shot. Zampa, oh, that's a smart thing. He knows that the UAZ is not drivable, but he uses it to try and give it some momentum and then walk behind him.
Moving cover.
Now eating shots. Hard time as Tempo Storm pushes in, and this
Dre
is a
on the
blind
push.
spot right now. 54 is going to have to come up big with his little micro Uzi. Can he make it happen? Maxisor peeks in from the right side there. Your boy Dre is going to be ready to take him down. Maxisor eats the bullets from Zampa. That leaves 1 guy alone for Vega Squadron, and this should be, by all means and purposes, the game for Tempo Storm. Can they close it down? As Zampa, the menacing shot, and a cracking one at that, will finish off the deal for day number 3. Another chicken dinner in the bag, the GG as well for Tempo Storm.
Yeah, and this time around, it wasn't a steal at the end. They won that fair and square, 3 versus 2 at the end. Vega did have the compound, but a very well flanked push onto their position, as well as hitting some very nice shots. Zampa leading it with 7 kills, but overall Tempo with, 11? Very good job from them, and this is their 2nd win of the day.
They didn't have it easy.
No, not at all.
They did not have it easy, Tempo Storm. They make it happen. I've been looking forward to see these lads come back. They're lovely people all.
Yeah.
Are very